Hello, Tam Fam. Hello. This is Tamara of Love My Babies Forever. And this is a very different video that I'm used to, than you're used to. And it is what it is, guys. You know, it's just transparency is a beautiful thing. So I have been working on trying to be a better person in general, trying to be a better mother, wife, friend, sister, and it's not easy trying to be a woman of standard, and so I consider myself to be as such. Loyal, trustworthy, compassionate, loving, all of that good stuff. But as much as I think that I am a decent person, God-fearing person, sometimes I feel like it's not enough. And I don't know if it's that superwoman complex. I know that thing that I know a lot of women get it, but I know a lot of African Americans get this where they feel like they have to carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. They have to take care of the house. They have to take care of the expenses, and I don't know, whatever. I don't even know if I'm gonna leave that part in the video. But anyways, we just feel like we have the weight of the world on our shoulders sometimes, especially in light of what's going on in our country in particular. And my husband woke me up this morning to watch a news report. And in this news report, I literally watched a man just get shot for no reason other than going into his vehicle. And maybe, I guess maybe there's something waiting in the vehicle that's going to be harmful to the police. When you have your 3 young children in the back of the car, what is there that you're going to do? But I digress. And here we are yet again in this country with this type of tomfoolery. Okay? And you gotta call a spade a spade. Okay? Um, I personally, I don't have an issue with the police, right? However, if I get pulled over, you better believe my hands are at 9 and 10, or 9 and 12, 10 and 12, wherever they're supposed to be. That's where my hands are, because I am literally sitting there and my heart is pounding, and because I don't know if I'm going to make it home. And that's just the real truth. You guys can say what you want to say, but when that is your reality, until you have lived that reality, you won't understand it. I'm telling you, you will not understand it until you have lived it yourself. And I have. And by the grace of God, I made it home that night. And so this is not just another, oh, here they go again. And I feel like that is what people who are not African Americans think. Here they go again. What they complaining about? What they marching for? He should have listened. He should have not resisted, or whatever it is that we should do. Yet the police is able to take in custody mass murderers who've just murdered people. You can take them into custody peacefully. Yet an African American man, no matter whether he's big or small, right? Because it's the fear of the big black man. Doesn't matter if the black man is 100 pounds soaking wet, or or 400 pounds. It's still the fear. The skin color, our skin color promotes fear. Why is that? And please, if you're one of those people who are going to come on here and make your little silly comments that have nothing to do with nothing because you've never lived this experience, don't come here and do that. Okay? Try to have a conversation with serious questioning and intelligent thought. If you're not going to have an intelligent thought, don't even bother waste your time because we can't. We can't dialogue if you already come with a premise and a specific thing in mind. Okay? When we talk about race in America, when we talk about race everywhere, racism exists everywhere. Okay? First of all, when you go to the Caribbean, wherever you go, natives were on those islands or those shores. Natives, okay? Native Indian people. And then the Europeans come in, and once the Europeans come in, they mix and they mingle and they bring the slaves and they do all types of foolishness. And yet here we are, right? So what do we do about it? Taken from our home to be somebody's slave. Let that sink in for a second. Okay? Taken from your home against your will to be somebody's slave for the rest of your life and your generation and your generation and your generation. You can't even fathom that. Cannot even fathom that. That this country, 1776, since its inception as an independent nation, 1776 to 2076 will have been a full 300 years. 18, 19, 20. So it is 200 and something years. 200 and something years. We've been in shackles in this country for more than 400 years. You think it happened 1608? Really? No. We were here before that. We were here with indentured servants. We were here with criminals. Okay? We were here. And what did they do? They said, okay, indentured servants, you can work off and pay off whatever debt you owe. But what did they do? They ran off as soon as they got a chance. And could you tell whether or not they were indentured servants? No, you couldn't. Why? Because the privilege of their skin color. We can't run off and go on anywhere because we're an eyesore. Our color is different. Immediately, you can tell. Even though there were free and successful free African Americans in this country since its inception as well. So on the one hand, you have millions of slaves, and on the other hand, you also have a few sprinkling of your apprentices and your skilled workers, right? So anyways, this is not even what this video is supposed to be about. I don't even know how this video got over where it is, but I'm telling you, I don't understand why people don't understand. Why some people don't understand. It's sad to say. The reason why this country is the way it is hugely because not enough of the oppressors, and let me clarify. To be in an oppressed state is to be in a state where somebody constantly has their finger, their hand, their knee on your neck. You can't move. No matter how you move a little bit, come and you get pulled right back in, right? That's what it is to be in an oppressive state. So when you talk about the oppressor as the person, somebody who's being oppressed can't convince an oppressor to move their foot or their knee. Another person in power of being an oppressor can do that. So when white America wakes up and realizes that you humanity is simply that, humanity, to throw an African American woman, her children, out of a car that you think was stolen, to throw them on the concrete in 90-degree weather, face down, face kissing the pavement, and you are listening to their screams and their cries for help and their mother. And as a human being, you can't see that something is wrong with that. Oh, it's protocol to do what we're doing. Protocol goes out the window the minute you hear that little baby girl start to scream for her mother. Protocol goes out the window the minute you see what you're doing. Like stuff like that drives me crazy. And this is the thing. This is the thing. That could be me and my children. But it could never be you, the white woman, or the white man and your children. Because let me tell you, as soon as you enter a space, your humanity is automatically seen. As soon as I enter a space, my humanity is not automatically seen. Automatically, depending on the space that it is that I enter, you clutch your purse, you walk on the other side, you pay very close attention to what I'm doing, you're not paying attention to what the other person is doing, right? So humanity, you who is she? Who is she? She's nobody. It doesn't matter that I'm an educated woman. It doesn't matter that I've been in my profession for 20 years. It doesn't matter that I have degrees upon degrees upon degrees. It doesn't matter because you don't see any of that, because you don't associate any of that with my skin color. And that, my friend, white America, is the problem. And I'm not even talking about systematic. We're not even talking about systematic and institutional. No. We're talking about person to person, human to human contact. And that is the problem. You're going to call the police because I'm in a hotel in the pool with my children. I'm a black woman. There's a white couple over there. You, as the worker in the hotel, you don't go to them and ask them for ID and proof that they actually are patrons of the hotel. No, 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 no. You don't do that. You come to me and ask me for proof. And even after I've showed you the proof, you still call the police because you don't think that my proof is good enough. What are we doing here, America? What are we talking about here? So you will see the duck. It'll quack like a duck. is jumping up and down and saying, "Hey, I'm a duck, I'm a duck, I'm a duck," and your America's like, "Nah, can't be a duck. It's gotta be something else." And then you get all these excuses. Well, why she gotta be loud? Why she gotta be doing this? Why he couldn't just do... Even when we do that, my friends, the outcome is 9 times out of 10 the same. So then here you go, a passionate white woman is speaking, but an angry black woman is speaking, right? She's passionate, I'm angry. Side eye. And I do understand that there's a difference between woman and all that stuff, right? Women and men get treated differently. But there's something about the color of the melanin that's in my skin that I have no control over. The melanin that's in the skin of my children that they have no control over, which says to you in society, they're a threat, they're worthless, their lives mean nothing, we can treat them however, we can do whatever, and there will be no consequences. Think about that. In the same justice system, the same judge, a black person gets 25 years to life for committing the same crime that you give the white person 3 years for. And I don't know the exact details of that particular story, but yeah, I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, Breonna Taylor sleeping in her own home. You just barge in like you don't think that they're supposed to feel like they're being robbed or threatened, or you just start shooting. Okay, okay. Huey P. Newton. I guess that's who you were looking for, right? And I don't like getting political on YouTube, and certainly that wasn't even the intent of this video. This video was to come on here and talk to you about something completely different, but this is the direction that the spirit moved in, and so this is the direction I'm going. Because, hi Cody, because that little boy right there, my beautiful babies that I'm raising, to be respectful, to be kind, and to be men of standard. In the blink of an eye, they will not get the benefit of the doubt, even though they will be the first to give the benefit of the doubt. Ethan, my middle child, he asked me, "Mommy, why should I fear the police? I have no reason to fear the police because I know that when they see me, My 11-year-old dark chocolate son said to his parents that when the police sees him, they will automatically know that he is a good guy. And so he has nothing to fear because they will see him. That is how my 11-year-old feels about the police. That they will automatically see his humanity. Now, how do I tell my 11-year-old son that they will not? How do I tell him that? In white America, that is the difference between black and white. These are the conversations that we have to have with our children. You don't have to have these conversations. You absolutely do not. Yet, that is what my child believes. And I'll tell you, I heard him say that, and a part of my heart sank. A part of my heart sank, while the other part was extremely happy and proud that that's what he thinks. Because I tell you what, that is what he is supposed to think, America. That is exactly how my dark chocolate son is supposed to think. That is exactly how all of my children and your children should think if they have to have these types of interactions with the police. And that is the problem. And until the day comes that we do not have to have these conversations with our children, just be prepared. Because that man there that you guys have put in the White House, I tell you this, be prepared. Because when he is not elected in November, all hell is going to break loose. Because when it comes to uniting, that's not the goal. The goal is not to say, hey, you over there that's begging for attention and begging for change. I see you and I understand where you're coming from and I get it. And you know what? Yeah, this has gone on long enough. So we're going to sit and we're going to work together. We're going to figure this stuff out. We're going to have a panel of parents, a panel of law enforcement, a panel of psychologists, a panel of community leaders, spiritual leaders, and we're going to sit and try to figure out something that we can do systematically across the entire country, listening to the voices of the people and make the necessary changes that we need to make. so that you don't have to feel this way anymore, so that you don't have to be treated this way anymore, so that your children, whether they are male or female, will not have to be gunned down or treated this way anymore by a group of people who are supposed to protect and serve them. And so when you talk about uniting, that ain't the goal, fam. That is not the goal. The goal is to separate and to point out where we are different as opposed to where we are the same. And I'll tell you right now, if I were to cut myself right now on this camera and you cut yourself over there, guess what you're going to see? The same red blood. Nothing's different. It's the same one. Yet society tells me that I should be valued less than you because of the skin color that you carry. That it's supposed to be better than the skin color that I carry. So that's my spiel. And this is just one of those enough is enough. And you can say enough is enough until you go in the face. And you're going to get a lot of but. Yes, I get the buts. I get them. I get them. I understand them. But it's just another cycle of history being repeated. That's all that is. Slave catchers, slave masters. That's all that is. Know your place. That's it. And so, just coming on here and sharing my heart. And I just hope that somebody will see this video and just think twice. Just think twice and start a dialogue, start a conversation. You know, with those one black friends that you have, start a conversation with them. You'd be surprised what you know, what you learn. And you'd be surprised at the things you have in common. Thank you for listening. And if you have something intelligent to add to the conversation, feel free. If you have an earnest, sincere question, feel free. If you don't come here with some BS, don't bother. Don't bother. Okay, and I'm not just saying you have to agree with my perspective or point of view. You sure don't have to agree. You just have to understand that it exists and it is the way it is. That's it. You don't have to agree with it, but understand that it exists and understand that it is people's reality. Understand that it is our reality and nothing else. You don't have to go through that. You have the privilege of not having to go through any of that. So be grateful. Be very grateful. Because that privilege could literally mean the difference between your life or your death. This is Tamara saying, be blessed. Truly be be that.